This is how you crush your first 30 days in roofing sales. For the new salesperson, this is for you. For owners and managers, share this with your team. I know what it's like as we attract roofing salespeople to join our team, or if you are new in roofing sales, most of us, like I did, came from a background where, like for me, it was in 2011, I was working as a massage therapist at a franchise, making under $20,000 a year. I couldn't afford gas to go visit my family. I was living in Madison, Wisconsin at the time. Family was in Northern Illinois. I had to ask my mom for 20 bucks. And when she sent it to me, I called her on the drive in to say thank you. And my stepdad, his name's Ron, he got on the phone. He's like, hey, Adam, you can make 6 figures in roofing sales door to door. And I was like, dude, by the way, my parents divorced when I was 18, and I didn't really know much of what my stepdad Ron did or how he made a living. So anyway, because he was managing a roofing company before retiring, and I was like, door-to-door sales roofing, like boring. No, thank you. Well, here we go. That was in 2011, and it changed my life, and I hope it changes yours. So I know that when you're new, coming from a field where you haven't had to create your own schedule, you haven't really been on your own, you maybe, for most of us or many of us, don't have any sales experience. This results in like a lot of fear and a lot of anxiety and self-doubt and doubt from others. And like you feel phony because you're like, man, I don't know the answer to that question. I don't really know a whole lot about roofing. If you are working insurance claims, do I know that process or how this works? So there's a lot of concern. So what I'm going to break down in this video are 5 main tips for you so you can absolutely crush your first 30 days. If you can get through that and you transform the anxiety and fear into confidence in success, you're going to get your first commission check. You're going to believe in the company, in the process, in the system, but most importantly, you're going to believe in yourself, and you're going to set yourself up for a wildly successful future, because this is like the proving battleground. So welcome back. My name is Adam Bensman, and I'm very glad to have you here. Let's rock and roll. Roofing sales is personal development in disguise, and the reward for growth is life-changing. I hope my content helps you create a richer life and bank account. All right, first, let's get to these tips. Before we do, it would really help you if in the comments you just shared how many days you're in and what's your biggest struggle getting started. If you're an owner manager, drop it so I can see. It may help inspire a future video. So let's get into these list of 5 things that you can do to crush your first 30 days. Number 1 is to have a clear goal and a clear why. I read the book by Brian Tracy called Goals: How to Achieve Everything in Life Faster Than You Ever Dreamed Possible. And although the title may sound cheesy to some, the book changed my life. I still have it on my bookshelf. It was the very first time in my life that after reading everything, I flagged the pages and did all of the exercises. And I still have them saved on Google Drive. And I put down on there that I wanted to make 6 figures. At this point, by the way, I was making $20,000 a year. This was 2000, or under 20,000 years, like 1906 and change. I wanted to make 6 figures, 100,000. I wanted to pay off the debt I had from my school, which I went to this natural medicine school. I wanted to find a wife, wanted to buy my first home. I wanted to buy an ATV. There was a Smith & Wesson M&P 9 compact. I was a big handgun guy. That was like the thing. So that's just a few things from the list, which is all great to have like goals, right? But beyond that was a why. Like, why did I want to do this? And the main reason for me, I wanted to set up my future. I knew that being broke sucked. I hated having to think when I got in my truck, like, how far can I drive? How long can I go? When can I afford to fill up? Going to the grocery, being like, okay, I have a $30 per week budget, which breaks down, by the way, to $4.20 a day. So it's like, crap, I'm running low on olive oil. Can I afford that this week, or do I have to wait till next? All those things I hated. And I share this in my book, which is a must read for new salespeople, by the way, the Roofing Sales Survival Guide. You can get a copy on Audible, Amazon, and don't let money be an object, because I'm giving digital copies away for free. There's a link in the description to get into my free training center, where I also will give you my recommended reading list, a whole bunch more. So if you want to go deep into the personal development stuff, it's in there. So anyway, I clearly defined my why and my goal. I wanted to create freedom. And as I share in my book, I went to this grocery when I was living in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I remember walking past the bakery, and they had these muffins, and they looked so delicious. And you could get day-old ones for stupid cheap, but they were like a little stale, because they were old muffins. And I remember being like, if only I could afford the fresh $2.50 muffin anytime I want, that's freedom. That was my definition of success at the time. And that was my why. It's like, I want to be able to go into a grocery, go out to eat, not think about what I want to buy, and remove money problems. And that was it. That was a really big why for me. Now, my why has evolved since then, and my why now is different. It is to build the most powerful community in the roofing world, where great companies share their winning secrets to help each other dominate in today's fast-changing and unpredictable times. And that's my why now, because all the other stuff has been met. I've already won, and now I'm going to this infinite why. Thank you to Simon Sinek. So anyway, for you, you need a clear goal and a clear why. This is the thing that, think of it as the fuel to keep you going when things get tough. Number 2, you need to be intentional every day. What do I mean by intentional? My briefcase is just outside of camera view. I think I have 3 full journals in there. In my office, I have an entire drawer full of journals. I still have my goal sheet. I still have my bottleneck, all the exercises from Brian Tracy. I was very intentional on building my future, both for what I wanted to create in my life, which is creating magic, but also what I needed to learn. So I knew with intention, I was like, to me, my first year in the business, I worked a hailstorm in Madison, Wisconsin. It was like one of the biggest ones that ever hit. Which is funny, I didn't even know it hit because I lived on the other side of town when it did. But I was like, okay, my bottleneck is this insurance thing. So all I got to do is figure this out enough to talk about it. So every day was intentional. Like, what do I need to do today? What do I need to learn? What do I need to practice? And embracing all of those challenges. So that's what I mean by be intentional every day, journal, and think through. Okay, think of it like a game of chess. Like, you are the director of the game of life. So map out, I don't play chess by the way, but map out each move and be strategic, be intentional, and think through it. It's not gonna work if you just like should be like, well, work hard today, working hard. A lot of people work hard. I just had concrete poured at our house for a project we're building. And there's a lot of people that were on that site that work a lot harder than I do, longer hours, probably physical labor, but they're not earning a lot of money. So don't confuse hard work with earning good money, okay? You need to be intentional and strategic, because this thing up here, your mind, that's your money maker. All right, number three on the list, practice, practice, practice. You are gambling with your livelihood every time you go out in the field and run a sales appointment or knock doors, because as you screw up, that is the most expensive education you could ever have. But when you do role play, or as I call it, sales practice, Deshaun Bryant, who's a mentor inside RSRA with me, he's taken on this new thing called sales practice too, because I joke, like, people hear role play, they feel like it's acting. And I started to tease, I'm like, role play is for the bedroom, sales practice is what pros do. So dedicate time for sales practice. That's actual rehearsal, treating it like it's real life. Because when you do, you get in the repetitions and you're able to work out the kinks in a no stakes environment, so you're not gambling with your livelihood. In fact, there's a presentation I ran at multiple conferences. I spoke at RoofCon a number of years ago. It's called 2x your sales skills in the next 21 days or less. And I broke down the math that if you just go out in the field, it'll take you 2 to 3 years of hearing an objection and trying to overcome it versus practicing that one objection 10 times a day, every day over the next 20 days. It's 210 repetitions of an objection or going through the door. You end up being a rock star in no time. So that's tip number 3. All right, number 4. This one is fully inspired by my coach. His name is Devin Bandison. And he says this definition of courage. The definition of courage, do it afraid. So thank you, Devin, for teaching me that. That's been a huge gift in my life, and I'm sharing his wisdom with the world. So this idea of courage, you will be afraid. You will have fear. You will have anxiety. There's nothing I'm going to say that's going to be like, oh, real men don't have fear, real women don't have fear, and just get out and be a bro. Nope, not going to happen. Sorry, that's fake. What will happen, espresso break. What will happen is you'll wake up, you'll have days that you don't want to get out of bed, you'll feel beat down like a failure, questioning yourself, other people will be questioning you, your own significant other will be questioning you, your parents will be questioning you. What did you do getting into roofing sales? By the way, again, this book is your emotional support book, so read that. That's the Roofing Sales Survival Guide. So the idea is you just need to wake up and say, I am courage, I'm going to do it afraid. And that right there will carry you through. Because there's a reason that not everybody in life has wild financial success. Because to get uncommon results, you have to be willing to do uncommon things like go knock doors. All right, number 5 on the list is journaling and self-reflection. Our team does this. I do this after every single event I host, and it's called an after action report. I took this inspiration from the military. I am not in the military. If you are, drop a comment below. Thank you for your service. An after action report gives you an opportunity to reflect on your last mission. For us, our mission is to go serve homeowners, to go out and do sales. And you can identify, what did you do well? Just make a list. What did I do well? Okay. And always start there, because high achievers, which are folks that get into sales, often beat ourselves up. And we always think of the negative, how we failed, why we suck. You got to stop that. What did I do well? Your success will come from doing these things even more. All right. It's also very good for your mindset. Then you make a list. What could I do better next time? And again, our team does this every Friday for the week. We put it in our group chat, and I practice what I preach. Okay. Then you create a plan. So if you do these every day, my plan for tomorrow, if I said I can be better at staying calm, taking a deep breath before the homeowner comes to the door, so I don't get frazzled and talk like this and panic, and just say, hey, my action plan is just take a deep breath before I walk up to the door. Settle, walk up to the door. That one little change can make all the difference in just letting your mind settle and then being really effective at the door. So this is why it is so important to journal and self-reflect. It will also help you develop the skill set of self-awareness. All right, I'm going to leave you with one bonus tip at the end. All right. Now, before I do, for the seasoned people here or the owner manager, what advice would you have for a new salesperson? Drop it below. We'll all learn together. It helps me, help you, help more people, and we can all pay it forward. So here's my bonus tip. Don't expect to know it all. You're going to get asked questions that you don't know, and that's okay. So write this line down right now. Hey, I may be new in roofing, but I'm not new at taking great care of people. I'll find out the answer for you. All right. So when you have that in your back pocket, it can help alleviate all the nerves and the freak out of getting asked a question you don't know. Hey, I may be new at roofing, but I'm not new at taking great care of people. I'll find out the answer for you, and then lean on the people to help. All right, thanks for joining me here. Listen, this next video that I'm going to jump you into right now is going to help you make your very first sale. Even if you made it, go watch it. I'm going to walk you through step by step and help fast track your success so this industry can change your life like it changed mine. Thank you. See you in the next one.